Dear participants, please switch on your cameras for the inaugural session. I request the technical team to please keep on clicking the pictures for the record purpose.
Dr. Indu, you may please start.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to everyone present here. With the blessing of Almighty and under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Founder President Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, the inspiring guidance Dr. Asim Chauhan, President RBEF, our respected Chancellor Dr. W. Selvam-Murthy, our visionary Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Piyush Kant Pandey, our ever supportive Professor Vice Chancellor Dr. Sumita Dave. A very warm welcome and a good afternoon to one and all. I'm Dr. Indra Santosh, and it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome our dignitaries, esteemed speakers, HOIs, respected faculty members, research scholars, and enthusiastic participants from the institution across the country. This 1 week faculty development program on AI and data analysis for research is organized by MIT Business School, MIT University, Chhattisgarh, is thoughtfully designed to empower academicians and researchers with hands-on knowledges and practical skills in leveraging AI and data-driven tools for meaningful impact research. Over the next 5 days, we will explore AI application and research, AI assisted literature review, data visualization using Power BI, NLP in academic writing, hypothesis testing with R, and strategies for publishing in reputed journals. We are honored to have with us a panel of distinguished experts who will guide us throughout these insightful sessions. Our heartfelt welcome to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Dhaval Mehta. Welcome, sir. Before we proceed, I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to our respected Vice Chancellor, Ma'am, Professor Sumita Dave, for her constant encouragement, motivation, and unwavering support throughout the planning and executions of this FTP. Let us make this opportunity to learn, collaborate, innovate, and grow together. Thank you. Over to Disha, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Indu ma'am. Dear participants, न चौर्यहार्यं न च राजहार्यं न भ्रात्यभाज्यं न च भारकारी वये कृते वर्धत एवं नित्यम विद्याधनम सर्वधनातम प्रमुखम। अर्थात विद्या एक ऐसा धन है जिसे ना ही कोई चोर चुरा सकता है, ना राजा हर सकता है, ना भाई बांट सकता है, और जो ना कि भार स्वरूप है, जो नित्य खर्च करने पर भी बढ़ता है। ऐसा विद्याधन सभी धर्मों में प्रधान है। A very good afternoon to our all the esteemed guests, faculty members, scholars and participants. I am Dr. Disha Sharma, Assistant Professor in Amity Business School, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. Today, it is with immense pleasure and pride I welcome you all to the Faculty Development Program on AI and Data Analysis for Research. This program is a 5 days hands-on training workshop which is organized by Amity Business School, Amity University, Chhattisgarh from 28th July to 1st August. This program is designed to empower our academic community with cutting-edge tools and techniques in artificial intelligence and data analysis. The primary objective of this FTP is to strengthen the data-driven research capabilities of faculty members and researchers by providing hands-on exposure to contemporary tools and technologies. This FTP is a unique opportunity for all of us to harness and data analysis, harness artificial intelligence and data analysis to push the boundaries of the academic research. We have started our welcome address, and that was Dr. Indu Santosh, the convener of our FDP, and she was briefing us about this FDP and the 5 days schedule. Thank you, Dr. Indu ma'am, for your detailed insight. Now, continuing, I would like to invite Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor ma'am, Professor Dr. Sumita Dave, for her address. Dr. Dave is an academician, institutional leader, and researcher. She is currently serving as a Pro Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Chhattisgarh. She has over 2 decades of experience in higher education. Dr. Dave has excellence in academic governance, curriculum innovation, research mentoring, and policy implementation. Her academic journey reflects a commitment to quality education, inclusive growth, and socially responsive leadership. Dr. Dave holds a PhD in management and has built her expertise around organizational behavior and leadership styles. Her current research interests include the intersection of technology, society, and policy, most notably. Her recent work focuses on the role of artificial intelligence. She has held various pivotal principal positions: Dean of Academics, Chairperson in the Academic Committee, and under her leadership, many FDPs, conferences, workshops, digital transformation, and initiative has been undertaken. As a mentor and educator, Dr. Dave has guided numerous research scholar postgraduate students. She has published papers in reputed journals, presented papers in international forums, and contributed vividly in the academic panel. Dr. Dave has successfully completed the sponsored project of AICTE, UNICEF, and she is presently working on a project with Niti Aayog. Beyond this, Dr. Dave is also known for her expertise in large-scale academic event, policy dialogues, and training workshops. Dr. Dave envisions future-ready universities that combine traditions with her technologies, values, and vision. Her dynamic leadership continues to shape the institutional narrative towards innovation, global collaboration, and holistic development. Dr. Dave, I would like to invite you for your address.
Thank you so much, Dr. Disha. It's been a little, I think, more than required introduction. On behalf of the entire Amity fraternity, I would like to first welcome all the participants to this faculty development program. I would like to also welcome our resource persons. Probably Dr. Dhaval Mehta is with us. Along with him, I would also like to welcome Dr. Manish Srivastav, Dr. Anjali Srivastav, Dr. Tanushri Bhattacharjee, and Dr. Saurabh Agrawal, who are a very highly experienced team of educators in the field of research. They do conduct workshops pan India and abroad, and they have a complete strong control, command over this area. When we're talking of research in the present day context, it is highly data driven. In fact, if we talk of whether it is research for academics or whether it is research for policy and decision making, data plays a very, very important role when it comes to accurate and precise decision making. AI today is a very, very widely, it has come to the rescue of researchers and policymakers alike when it comes to data analysis. It has made the job of a researcher a lot more simpler. And more importantly, today, when we are talking of research, we cannot de-link technology from research in any way. Data analytics, data mining today is no more a domain which belonged only to a person from a technology background, a computer background. Today it is all pervading, and it becomes very important for us to understand that although life has become a lot more simpler and easier with the help of these AI tools, responsible use of these AI tools is extremely important. It must be done with a lot of care and caution. And I'm sure that all our esteemed resource resource persons will also be throwing a lot of light on the ethics part of adopting, utilizing the various freely available AI tools which researchers can utilize. When we talk of precision, technology plays a very, very important role when it comes to precision. And using AI and other methods of data analytics. And when we talk of AI and data analytics today go hand in hand. They are inseparable. And using the two together in research makes the research more viable, more worth replicating in other places. And of course, very important to understand that data today can be used in a more simplified forms as compared to the other tools that we were using earlier. Today, a common phenomena world across is retraction of papers that is happening. Even premier institutions like the IITs, very recently, yesterday I was reading an article where at least 13 papers of just one research scholar, one researcher who also happens to be a faculty member, being retracted within a short duration, which is perhaps not a very healthy sign, which perhaps is again a message of caution to all of us who make use of various AI tools when it comes to research, when it comes to using using it in our day-to-day research, whether it is for PhD purposes or for the matter of any research publication. Dr. Dhaval has he has some preoccupations. I will not be talking much, but nevertheless, Amity University, Chhattisgarh is very, very honored to have you all with us today. And in alignment with our commitment towards societal contributions to research, I would welcome all of you to this very, very important FDP today. And not taking much time, I would also request Dr. Dhaval to just a few words of encouragement to our all participants today here. Thank you so much.
First of all,
Good to have you back with us, Dr. Dhaval.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thank you, ma'am, for inviting me. The one word which I found very pertinent was the responsible use of AI. Yes, that has to be done. Of course, AI gives a lot of precision, but it is to be manually checked with our intelligence. Don't fully rely on only the AI, because there are chances that it may give the wrong outputs, and it is necessary that you check it. Retraction is again a new thing which has emerged, and now the scholars have to be very careful in using the AI tools again, because a retraction can also happen. So all these things I'm going to discuss in my lecture, which is scheduled tomorrow. So thank you, ma'am, for inviting me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having you. Dr. Indu, please continue with the session.
Yeah, with your kind permission, can I take the leave, ma'am?
Sure, sir. We look forward to your session tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful address and very warm welcome to the FTP. Now proceeding further, I would like to invite Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Piyush Kant Pandey, sir, for his presidential address. I would like to brief about him. Professor Dr. Piyush Kant Pandey, sir, is the Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Chhattisgarh. In 1987, he earned his master's degree.
Disha, we don't need that much introduction, that's enough.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so
First
much.
of all, organizers of this wonderful conference, the School of ABAs, and all the organizing committee members, Dr. Dhaval also, I heard him briefly, but it's really, really nice. He has been, I think, a regular member in our various programs in the past also. So it's really very nice. And the topic which has been chosen by ABS is really wonderful. I appreciate all of you for choosing this particular topic. But one thing we need to understand that many times AI, when we talk about word AI, we all feel as if it's something new thing has come up. And that's to some extent is true also, because after Chat GPT only people came to know what is AI. Otherwise, before Chat GPT, nobody was really aware what exactly is the AI. But we need to understand, in fact, the data and how to deal with the data is not a new problem. It is a very old problem. Anything, any organization, anything which is working since very long in a big manner, continuously in a particular area, may be having huge data. Let us take, for example, in meteorological department, they may be having huge amount of data. Let's say, give an example of, let's say, hospital. Let's say any hospital. I'll take an example of Tata Cancer Hospital, which is one of the premier hospital of the nation. And obviously, the patients which they will be dealing will be on a huge number, one of the largest hospital as far as the quality is concerned and the all care is concerned. It is a Tata Memorial Cancer Hospital at Mumbai. Now, I'll tell you that, in fact, as I'm saying that AI, we feel that it is after Chat GPT, Gemini, and will be copying, and this is one part, okay. But more important is that AI and ML goes far deeper to that. And that is what the researcher need to understand. I'll give an example what they did. In fact, the Tata Memorial Hospital is having, or rather was having in 1921, I'm talking, when ChatGPT was not even, it had not even released. In 1921, they felt that they're having the lakhs and lakhs of the data of the patients, their diagnosis, their genetic records, their prognosis, all the data they were having. But they were unable to make a proper use of it. How to do it is convert into a research tool, they were unable to understand. They were unable to understand that such a huge experience which they were having, how to make it useful for the research. And it is that which led them for a meeting with the Department of Atomic Energy, because they too deal with a large amount of data calculation generation, particularly in reactors and this one. So the DAE, Department of Atomic Energy, and Tata Memorial Hospital, they started to collaborate on how to learn from this data, and they make the use of the machine learning. And of course, initially the task was very difficult because the data was unstructured, it was cluttered, it was not clean, and all this one. But ultimately, they could do it, and they could convert into a machine learning technique. And with that, what is the outcome today? Now, today, the diagnosis time of the Tata Memorial Hospital has been reduced by 50% by this structured approach of the machine learning. And AI is, I think, machine learning is the AI only. So by that, they have reduced the diagnosis time by 50%. The diagnosis accuracy has been increased by 20%. And thirdly, this is the data set, and this is the AI ML tool which they have developed, which is their totally own is not shared with any other this one. And this has made it a great repository of Indian data, which no other foreign this is having. In fact, most of the AI data tools which we are using today are mostly developed in the American or Western country. And therefore, even the data data accuracy and data secrecy, both things are thing of questionable in that way. Because, for example, any research, whenever you want the data the correctness as well as accuracy as well as its effectiveness for the Indian condition is very, very important. And this is a wonderful example that how this can be done in Indian condition with the data. So that is the thing we have to understand. Only ChatGPT and Gemini is not AI. AI is something far deeper, and the data, the AI and data analysis or the research is much more deeper than that. And any area, in fact, it can be applicable to the whether healthcare we are talking about economic, we are talking about any other strategy or whatever we are talking. We need to understand and use it in a very proper way. So what is very important is that we have to understand first of all that today data is the power. Without data, in fact, nothing can be done. New research tool is your data only. And how your proper data calculation is there, how contextual it is, like the context in which you are collecting, whether it is really matching to that or not. And that is whether it includes the proper population and selection of the population of the data points is there or not. these are also equally important, because only AI cannot make the research very good. Only the something cannot. Your research can be made good only when the quality of the data is also equally important. So you need to understand, each one of you, that okay, all the tools are coming with a point tools are there, but at the same time, first of all, a very proper data collection and making it in a more contextual is very, very important. And for this kind of example, which I told you about Tata Memorial Hospital. So maybe a collaborative approach between only business management people may not be sufficient to do everything, because of course you need the support of the maybe data scientist also. So maybe whenever the source from the area where you are working, the people working in that area, the data scientist, as well as the ultimately going to the policy also. If these three triangles are met, then only we can make a continuous continuum can be made and proper output can be there. So I wish that all the participants keep in this mind that AI and ML tools are becoming very fast, very, their capabilities are becoming very, very good. In fact, some of the analysis which we used to conduct in a very, very long time have become very, very easy by the many softwares. And AI is making it even better and even very cheaper. But that will be leading to the loss of the credibility of the data analysis also. The credibility the credibility is at stake as far as the research is concerned. I'm very much worried today that that shortcut approach being adopted by many of the scholars and maybe the teachers also is something which is harming our nation very badly, and people are lacking the basic skills as far as these areas are concerned. So in fact, whenever theses are there, I conduct an interview. They're unable to tell me the difference between correlation and covariance, or correlation and let's say, and like they have written everything that the table is there. But when I tell them to define the correlation, they're unable to do it. I mean, it's a simple thing I'm telling you, that these kind of things happen in a very day-to-day interviews I have been watching. That this kind of lack of the understanding of the concept is becoming more and more less, and that's why I'll exhort all of you to focus on the basic points of quality also, because ultimately the foundation has to be strong, and when only the foundation is strong, when ethics are there, and when the proper data which is a good quality data is there, good quality data treatment is there, and you follow proper protocols, then only research can be of a good output can be there. So my congratulations to all the organizers, and MET has always been the forefront of organizing these kind of programs. So I'm very happy to note that more than 97 participants from different, I'm sure different parts of country are here. So welcome to all of you. And I'm looking forward that more and more better interactions and a good outcome of this particular program. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable and enlightening words. This FTP will definitely going to serve as a robust academic intervention, aligning research practices with the evolving demands of AI-enabled data-centric investigation, thereby contributing meaningfully to the professional development of the participating faculties and researchers. Let us come together to learn, collaborate, and innovate under the guidance of our esteemed resource persons, Dr. Anjali Srivastava, Dr. Dhaval Mehta, Dr. Tanushri Bhattacharya ji, Dr. Saurabh Agrawal, and Dr. Manish Kumar Srivastava. Their expertise will inspire us and empower us to integrate AI-driven tools into our research endeavors. Dear participants, we are going to start our first session at 2 p.m. We request you all to please come back at 2 p.m. after 15 minutes for our first session with Dr. Anjali Srivastava, ma'am. We'll be halting for next 15 minutes. Thank you. We request you to please stay in the meeting. Don't leave the meeting. Welcome back. Dear participants, our expert for the session has joined. I request you to please stay connected. We'll be shortly starting our conference, our session. I request host to make Dr. Anjali Srivastava as co-host. She is the expert for this session. So please make Dr. Anjali Srivastava as co-host. Ma'am, are we audible?
Yes, madam, you are.
For the better conduction, we would like to request all the participants to please keep yourself on mute unless otherwise you have a query. In case of any query, we request you to please raise your hand so that we can identify you and we can proceed with your queries. We now officially begin with the first session of our FDP, which is on the introduction to AI and AI-driven literature review and citation management with our esteemed resource person, Dr. Anjali Srivastava. Dr. Anjali Srivastava is an assistant professor in the accounting and finance area at XIM University, Bhubaneswar. She holds a PhD from Indian Institute of Management, Ranchi, and she is a UGC NET GRF qualified in commerce. Her teaching interest includes financial accounting, corporate finance, and financial institutions and market. She has published in reputed journals. Dr. Srivastava has presented her research at global forums, including British Academy of Management, World Finance Conference, and Penn IIM. Her work focuses on corporate disclosures, governance, and the financial impact of ESG practices. Today, we are going to have sessions of Dr. Anjali Srivastava of this and the next session. I now request Dr. Anjali to please proceed with her content. Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible to you all. So, first of all, I would like to thank the organizing team for having me and giving me the opportunity to be the expert for this session. Okay, so I assume there are faculty, there are scholars, there are students in the sessions who will try to be slow and will start with the basics. The very first question that should come to our mind that why are we doing research? So before we get into the introduction of AI in research, we should be first exploring what do we mean by the research or at all. Yeah. So just a quick answer in the chat box. I'd like to know that what is your background and maybe what is your field, so that I get an idea of my audience. Whether you are in management or engineering or any other field. Yeah. So just a quick poll. You can put it in the chat box that what is your field, area, subjects. Okay, most of the audience are from management background, maybe HR, economics, finance, marketing. Yeah. Thank you for the answer. Thank you for your response. Yeah. So I have an idea that my most of my audience are from the management background. Let us try to understand what do we understand by this term academic research, right? So academic research in say general terms, we know that it is a systematic process of collecting information, gathering, analyzing, and then presenting, interpreting information so that it is understandable by others, and it is solving a question, solving a problem, right? So basically we do research to explore new areas or to find out some information to solve some problem which is existing, maybe some explore some areas which are in there in emerging issues, to explain some relationships. So we try to find out the variables. Okay, so these are dependent variables, these are independent variables, and we are trying to explain the relationships, and we are trying to solve some real world examples, real world problems using research, right? So there are some case studies also which are written on a particular research companies or some problems which are existing in a company. And say research also can be of different kind. It can be systematic. First of all, you can start with some review process. You can do some systematic literature review or bibliometric reviews, and then we do some empirical research also. There might be some say applied research, basic research. So research can be categorized into various heads also. Quantitative research when the data is involved. It can be qualitative research also based on the type of methodology that you are using in your research field. And basically the research process starts with identifying a research problem, right? So you should have a problem in your mind, that what is the problem that you're going to explore, what do you want to answer by doing this research. So your research process should have a research problem first of all. After when you have identified your research problem, then we move towards the existing literature. So what are the existing literature or the prior works that have been already done in this field, and then we do the review of the existing literature, which is also known as literature review. So literature review can be of systematic literature review, bibliometric review, or meta analytics is also done. So basically there are various tools which are used to do literature review and the citation management, which we are going to basically discuss in the next session today itself. And see, okay, so once suppose you have identified your research problem, then we have done the literature review, then we move towards formulating based on the literature review, the prior works that have been already done. We formulate our research hypothesis, and then we select a methodology which is going to answer our question, so which is actually relevant for our study. Once the research methodology or the blueprint is ready for your research, then we start collecting data from various sources, various databases. So it can be open databases also, it can be paid also. Maybe your institute has some databases which are subscribed by the institute. And after once you have collected data, then we move towards analyzing data. So there are, again, we have to learn various methods, as we know, regression methods, panel regression, or there are so many methods which are used to analyze the data depending upon the nature of data, depending upon the nature of your study. Once your data, once you have collected data, you have analyzed it, and you have presented your findings. So once you have got the analysis of the data, so you present your findings, you interpret the findings, and then we prepare the report, the academic report, which is also known as research paper, and which we try to publish in the academic journals. So basically, publication is one of the need of maybe the minimum qualifying criteria for your PhD or for your promotion. So there comes the role of publication, and that becomes very, very important, right? So to get to the publication, we have to understand research, and we actually should be able to understand what are the tools which are available, freely available, and also paid tools which you can use for your research, which will help you. Why do we need tools at all? So say initially, before the use of computers, before the use of internet, and before the use of these softwares and tools, everything used to be manual. However, by the use of tools and the systems, the softwares, the work becomes easy, or maybe the repetitive task is eliminated, and you can be quick in your research work, in your publication as well. So there comes the role of the techniques, technologies, and the tools, and basically the AI tools, which we are going to discuss in this session. So basically, we will be discussing first of all, with this short introduction on the research, we will be discussing what is the role of AI in academic research, and then what are some of the tools which is actually relevant for your research, which you can actually use for literature review process, maybe for analyzing data, maybe for writing the paper in a better way, better grammatically, better accurate, right? So we will be exploring these things. Let me give a brief introduction of AI. Can anybody confirm if my slides are visible?
Yes, madam, it is visible.
Thank you. So, in simple terms, see, artificial intelligence, nobody needs introduction because we all are using AI so much in our day-to-day life that we are so much relying and being dependent on artificial intelligence. Basically, artificial intelligence, it simulates human intelligence in machines, and the key capabilities, we all are aware that AI tools are capable of learning new things. They are capable of reasoning, problem solving, perception, language understanding. So basically, we are just giving a prompt or a task to do to this AI tools, and they are performing for us. They can be used in automation. So basically, if you try to reduce the repetitive task, if you try to reduce the manual work, so AI tools can be very, very helpful for us. They can help us in production, decision making, and much more. I'm very sure many of you or most of you are using AI tools in your day-to-day life. Scope of AI, if we try to understand, they can be some narrow tools also, which are specific to some tasks. So that means those tools are, say, those softwares or those AI tools, they are very limited. They have very limited purpose, very limited tasks, such as, for example, you can understand as Google Translate. So they are just doing the translation. Some of the tools are doing facial recognition. So they are not doing all kinds of tasks for us. However, there are some general AI also which can perform any intellectual task which a human can do. So basically, they are learning, they are decision making, they are doing all other kinds reasoning, logical decisions. So they are general AI. Applied AI such as chatbots, recommendation systems, autonomous vehicles, they are taking decisions on their own, right? So therefore, they are applied AI. Cognitive AI, which mimics human thought process, for example, IBM Watson. So these are basically scope of AI which are increasing, and again, this is in develop, it is continuously developing. If we look at the evolution of AI, so evolution, the term artificial intelligence, it was coined around 1956 at a conference, Dartmouth conference. After that, there has been continuous improvements such as neural network, natural language processing, big data, computing power, and then after 2020s, after 2020, we have seen generative AI development such as ChatGPT. Now let us look at the types of AI. So AI can be categorized based on the functionality. such as narrow AI, as I just mentioned about narrow AI versus general AI. Narrow AI, their focus is very, very specific on a particular task. They are not able to perform all kinds of tasks. While general AI, they have human level intelligence, and they are still they can take decisions as human can take. Super intelligence is surpasses human intelligence. So this is actually hypothetical, and we can expect these things in future. If you look at the types of AI by capabilities, so there are reactive machines which have no memory. There are limited memory. So some of the AI tools, they work on the limited memory that they have based on the past data which have been already fed in the AI tool. Theory of mind, which understands emotions and intentions. So you'd have heard many times that this is in development stage, that AI tools are also going to understand emotions and intentions in future. So this is still in development stage. Self-aware AI, that is, they are self-aware, they are self-conscious, and which is again the future concept. We might see self-aware AI in future. Types of AI on the basis of strengths, so they can be weak AI, they can be strong AI. Majority of the AI tools that we see today, they are weak AIs because they can perform tasks, but but still they are not able to surpass human intelligence. However, there might be in future, this is hypothetical, strong AI, which can be in future, which will replicate human intelligence or which can surpass human intelligence. Basic AI terminologies, maybe you would have heard this in your day-to-day life, and we are using these words in our day-to-day life, such as machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. So machine learning is basically when AI learns from data without being explicitly programmed. So that means whatever data is fed in that machine, so that machine is learning on its own. Deep learning, this is a subset of machine learning where they are using neural networks with many layers. So basically, the machine or the tool is taking decision based on the neural networks. Natural language processing is also being used in various areas, and especially in the academic research also, which helps the computers to understand and generate human language. So suppose if you give some paragraph or some uh, discussion which has happened between the humans, and you are using NLP, natural language processing tool, so they will be able to analyze the data, analyze the human language, and give the interpretations. Some other terminologies related with AI, which are algorithms. So algorithms, we understand, is a step-by-step procedures for solving a problem. So whenever we know that how the AI is generating answers, how the AI is generating its results, so it is based on the algorithms which is working at the back end, and based on that step-by-step procedure, they are solving problems for humans. Models, so they are trained algorithms which are already there that make predictions or decisions. So algorithms which are already fitted in the AI tool. So these are models, AI models. Training, we are training the AI tool. So basically the process of teaching the model using data. So they are a model is created, algorithm is created, and some using some data, they are trained. The AI tool is trained to take decisions. Supervised learning, where the training is done on a labeled data. Unsupervised training, where they find pattern in unlabeled data. So basically, when the data is used to train the machine AI tool, so that is supervised learning. And when the AI tool is learning without the labeled data, so that is unsupervised learning. There are some other tools, other terminologies, maybe bias, accuracy, neural networks, parameters, tuning. So, these are in discussion these days, and you should be able to understand if you're going to use AI in your daily life. Now let us try to understand importance of AI in various domains. So not only in the academic research, but there AI is being used in other areas also, such as healthcare. So it is used for diagnosis, drug discovery. It is AI is being used in finance also for risk modeling, fraud detection, algorithm trading. You'd be aware. So algorithms are being used to create the trades in the stock market. manufacturing, automation, predictive maintenance. So AI is being used to automate the manufacturing process also. And in academia, we know that we can use AI tools for our literature review, for our data analysis, for our writing support. So there are, there were so many tools that you would be aware that you might have been using for the past few years, also such as Grammarly. So there were these tools also which were helping you in writing, right? So writing support they were providing. So AI, if you see in academic research, why do we need to use AI in our academic research? So basically, it automates repetitive research tasks. So suppose if there is something which you have to just do it again and again, so maybe you can use AI tool to automate your work and reduce your research time. It enhances our literature review. How? So it helps in writing it properly, better grammatically, and removing grammatical errors, syntax errors, and also it helps in summarizing the large or vast literature that you are having on a particular topic. It also improves academic writing and language, so you can paraphrase and write the context, write the paragraphs in a better way. And it helps in assisting in citation tracking, hypothesis generation. So basically, in the next 3 4 days, you are going to learn how to use AI for various purposes. So other experts will be covering the topics, that is how you can use AI for data analysis, how you can use AI for say NLP, natural language processing, for hypothesis generation, and how to identify research problem by using AI tools. So if you see here on the screen, there are tools for a specific purpose. So such as ChatGPT, we all are maybe using in day-to-day life. So it helps in writing aids, summarizing, coding support. Elicit is also used for, it is AI for literature review and evidence extraction. Connected papers, it helps to visualize the literature review. Semantic Scholar, it also you can just connect it with Google Scholar, where you are searching for the papers, but this is AI enhanced academic search, where it gives better and relevant search. Research Rabbit, it also helps in creating visual networks. Cite AI smart citation analysis. So AI tools basically categorized on the basis of the purpose. So what is the purpose basically for which this AI tool is used? So for literature review, you can use Connected Papers, Research Rabbit, Elicit. For writing and editing, you can use Grammarly, ChatGPT, Writeful, Trinka. There are other tools also, Genius, Paperpal, Genie AI. So you can use those tools also. Data analysis and visualization, Tableau, Power BI, or these things are these tools are commonly used. Code assistance, bibliometric and citation analysis. You can use Boss Viewer, Site.ai, Dimensions.ai. So basically, you will be learning how to use these tools in the seminar in the FD. There are few things which you should consider before using AI in your research. So there should be ethical considerations. Data privacy, so we have to ensure that when we are using AI tools, so is the data privacy is maintained or not, because so these are unpublished paper. If you're writing something using AI, or if you're asking AI tool to paraphrase your document, or just analyze it and write it in proper way, so that work is actually unpublished, right? So therefore you have to ensure that the data privacy is maintained. Academic integrity, so you have to prevent plagiarism or over reliance on AI. So AI tools basically you can use it to basically you can use it to improve your work or to enhance your writing, but try not to rely solely on AI tools. And also, whatever content is generated by AI tools, paraphrase it in your own words and then use it in your academic research paper. Sometimes bias is also created by AI tool when you are writing using solely by the AI tools. So there might be some bias by the AI tools based on the information which is available on the which is available to the tool. There should be transparency also, whether the AI tool, AI output which are coming, is it replicable or not. and who would be accountable for the information which is generated by the AI. So there might be possible that some wrong information is also generated by AI and the researchers are using it. So before using any kind of information, you should verify on your own whether the paper which is generated by this AI tool is actually published or not, whether there is any existence of this paper or not, or is the information which is generated by AI tool is correct or not. So that accountability, that responsibility depends upon the researcher itself. Okay, so now we will move towards, so with this short introduction on the research, like what is the research all about, and then what is AI, so how we are going to use AI in our research. Then I'll pause and then we'll begin with some of the AI tools which we are going to use for literature review and citation management. Okay, so before I start, I would like to know how many tools, how many AI tools you know about which can be used in academic research. So just put it in the chat box, the names of all AI tools that you know about. ChatGPT, Julius AI, Power BI, Gemini, Grammarly, Perplexity, Notebook, Quillbot, Copilot, Power BI, Meta AI, Consensus, Deep Research, Paperity. Okay. Okay, fair. Thank you. I've got the answers for now. So most of you people are using AI tools in your day-to-day life, and also you are aware of the limitations also of the AI tools. So before I discuss about the AI tools, again I'm mentioning this that you should avoid relying too heavily on AI tools, and also try to cross-check, verify whether the information which is generated by AI tool is correct or not. Right. So with this, we are going to start with the tools one by one, and this will be hands-on session. So I'll request you all to try to do the search and do the analysis side by side. So maybe you can, in the same browser you are opened, if you have joined it through your laptops, or maybe you can use a mobile phones also to use the software tools, so that you get an idea how to use the tools, and if you have any doubt, you can ask at the same time. Okay, so first we are going to start with, let me share my screen. Is my screen visible? Can anybody just confirm? Thank you. So we are going to look at the specific tools, the specific AI tools which we are going to use in our research. Now, first one that I'm going to discuss is connected papers, and how you're going to use connected papers in your academic research. So you can just do a Google search for connected papers, and then you will land on this page. You can click on the first link that you get on Google for connected papers. Connected papers basically is a very good tool where you can find out your papers, how your one of the paper is connected with other other similar papers in the research field, and how you can create a visual graph which will give you an idea what are the similar papers, how these papers are cited. This will give you a visual overview of your entire academic field. So whatever is your whatever is your field of research, by just giving a prompt, by just giving a keyword, you will find that there are a lot many papers in the field and how these papers are connected, how the similar papers in the field is connected. It will also ensure that you are not losing on any important paper or any latest paper that has been published in this area. Also, it helps in creating bibliography because you can export the citations and bibliography, and you can use it somewhere else for references. And also, it will help you in discovering the relevant papers, prior and derivative works. So prior works are basically those papers which have been published before your the paper which you are talking about, and derivatives work are the papers which are published after the paper that we are talking about. Okay, so how to use this tool? So basically, you can just search for your papers based on the keywords, paper title, DOI, or other identifier, right? So basically, let us yes. Any questions? So let us use some keywords to find out the papers relevant, and then let us see how this tool is going to help you. Let me put one keyword. I'm using corporate governance here. Since most of you are from management field, so let me use this keyword to explain how to use the tools. Now, corporate governance. So when you search for corporate governance, anyway, we are going to look find out the relevant papers which are published. This can be open access papers also. This can be not say not open access. That is means those journals which are paid, which are subscribed. So let us click on one of the papers which you find as relevant. Now, a graph is created. Now, what is this graph and what this graph is actually showing you, what this graph is indicating you? So, basically, if you see, this will show you the notes. The papers are arranged according to their similarity. That means those papers which are of similar nature based on the keywords, based on the idea of the paper, based on the topics of the paper. So these will be connected together. If you see, if they are in clusters, here one cluster is formed, here another cluster is formed. So basically these papers are of similar nature and these papers are of similar nature. These are not based on the citations. Node C is the number of citations. That means the higher the node, the higher is the citation. And node color is the publishing years. Now let us see. See if you see here the highest size. So if the size is more, this shows that the citations are more. The paper which on which I'm clicking here. So here on the left side, on the right side, you can find out the information about the paper, the name of the paper, the abstract, summary, and then the citations, the year in which it is published, the journal in which it is published. So you can find out if you click on the PDF, so you will be able to land on the PDF of this paper. Semantic Scholar is also connected here, so you can click on this Semantic Scholar to find download the paper from Semantic Scholar. DOI, that is the link to the paper, will be also available. And here Google Scholar page, so it is connected with Google Scholar also. If you click it here, so you will land on the Google Scholar page and you can find out the paper from the Google Scholar also. Now, when you click on a particular paper, you will find out the citation. See, this paper is the largest node. So if you see, the citation is highest for this paper, around 16,000. Now let us click on some smaller nodes. So smaller node shows that the citations are less. Now the color indicates that light color shows that these papers are very earlier papers or old papers, while the dark color shows the latest papers. So if you see, this is like just a comparison. The papers are mostly between 1983 to 2013. Obviously, you can use the filters to find out the papers between based on the years also. So filter by years, you can mention that for which years, between which years papers you want to download for your research. Now when you click on the paper, you will find all the basically basic information: who are the authors, journals, citations, abstract, and then the page where you can land for the paper. So just if you click on the PDF, you can find out the you can click on the PDF to download the PDF for this paper. or just go to Semantic Scholar or Google Scholar to download this paper. Now, how you're going to use it for your research? Just giving one keyword, you have found so many research papers here which you can use it for your literature review. So this is like a starting point of research. So suppose if you have some you have identified your research problem, you have some basic keyword, maybe broad area. So these AI tools might help you in narrowing down your area, right? So if you have some broad area in your mind that you want to do research on this particular topic, so you just do search on these connected papers, and then you will find out what are the important papers, the earlier papers also, and the latest papers also in this field. And you can download these papers, you can read these papers. So basically connected papers is like connecting the papers together which are of similar nature. So if you are, suppose if you are interested in this Schleifer 1996 paper, so you can actually find out, you can zoom in and zoom out also, find out what are the papers which are connected with this paper, and then these are of similar nature. So after Slifer, maybe you're interested in mod, and then pharma, and then Porta 1998, Namuli 1991. So you can basically click on the papers and find out more information about your area. So this will help you as a introductory part, introduction, or you can say it will help you in starting your research. Any doubt in here? So here, if you see, you can explore more on this website. Basically, you can click on a particular paper to find out more information which you are interested in. You can download the paper from here. You can find out the prior work. So that means if you see, we have selected one particular paper here. If I am selected Schleifer 1966 or Gompers 2001, this was the seed paper which I selected in the search bar. So Gompers 2001 becomes the main paper here, the main paper in the focus. Prior works will show those papers which have been published before this paper. This paper which I have selected here, which is published in 2001. So prior works will show those papers which were published before this paper, that is before 2001. So if you find out those seminal papers, this is very important tool which will help you in finding out the more very important seminal works on your field. So if you see here, you will find out various papers which have been published before 2001, say 1985, 1989. So these are very similar papers, seminal works, and you should start reading these papers to understand your field. Obviously we need the latest research also that is going on in the field, so that you can frame your research problem, your research hypothesis, and to understand what work has been already done in the field. So these are basically surveys of the field or recent relevant works. So those work which have been published after 2001, after this paper, that is 2020, 13, 2014, 2015. See, these are basically old papers, not very recent, and you can use the filters here to specify the year for which you want to download the data. And then you can explore other features of the website to get more information. So I give you 1 minute. I pause for 1 minute, and I request you all to just quickly do some, say, search for some papers based on your topic that you are interested in before we move to the next one. Okay, Bhuvan Srivastav has a question. Can you please explain derivatives works again? Sure. So, basically derivatives are those papers which have been published after the main paper that you have selected. So, suppose if you have selected this paper Gompers 2001, those papers which have been published in this field, and basically I have taken this field corporate governance, those papers which are published after this 2001, those papers will be reflected under derivatives form. So you can filter on the basis of latest and the old also. Prior work shows you the earlier works, seminal works, old works. Derivatives work will show you the latest work in the field. Did you understand? Now here prior works and derivative works are created based on this graph only. Bhuvan, I'm answering to your question. This prior works and derivative works are basically based on this paper, on this graph only. Which are the papers which are those papers which are published before Gompers 2001, they are prior works. Those papers which are published after Gompers 2001, so they are derivative works. Okay. Let us move to the next tool. So connected papers, I hope you will have used it. Meanwhile, let us move to the next tool, which is again very, very important and is used in academic research. Elicit again is a very important AI research assistant which is going to help you in writing down your research paper. Right. So first of all, try to understand connected paper was a starting point where you can find out what are the important papers in your field. Now, how Elicit is going to help you. So for Elicit, you will have to sign up. So meanwhile, you all can sign up. You can continue with Google also. So you will need an account to if you want to use Elicit. In the meanwhile, you all can use, you can sign up for Elicit. And you can use it, we can use it together while I'm trying to explain it. So this basic will be available to you. However, there are other plans also which will be paid, subscription based. Our basic plan also, it also helps you in say unlimited search, auto generating research reports. So that will also going to help you for your research. Let us see how. So basically, this tool Elicit will also help you in asking a research question and to search and explore academic literature. Let us use the same topic which I am using, which is corporate governance. And let us see what Elicit has to offer. So Elicit will be basically helping you in finding out the papers, in finding out the review of the literature. So this search has given you not only the important papers that have been published in this field, but also it has given an abstract summary. So AI has, this is not the just the copy paste of the abstract, but this is the summary of the abstract main findings, and then this not only gives you the important papers and the abstract summary, but has also given summary of the four papers which are discussed here. So if you see here, a summary is created when you're doing your research, when you're writing say introduction part or you're writing your in literature review part. So you can use these paragraphs and you can write it in your own words. So I would recommend do not just copy paste this information which is created by this tool Elicit, but try to paraphrase in your own words. So you can copy it from here and you can just paste it in your Word document or wherever you're working, and then try to find out and verify also whether these papers are correct and whether these papers are accurate, the information which is generated by this tool. However, this tool is very, very important. Elicit is being frequently, widely used for research work. So by just giving us a keyword, you can see it has given you the summary of the important papers. It has given the papers. On the papers, basically, you can find out the DOI, and you can just go on the papers. You can just click on the paper and just find out the important information. And abstract summary also is like a literature review. You can copy paste it and then you can paraphrase in your own words. It will help you in summarizing the literature for you. You can add the columns. So this page, this Elicit is not only giving you the summary or the papers. See, it will give you the summary of the paper. You can add columns from here. You can add, you can find out the summary of the paper. You can find out the main findings. You can click on the main findings. So say just by a click, you have got the entire summary of your paper. You can maybe remove one of the, or you can, if you would like to know the main findings of the paper, suppose what has been, without reading the entire paper. So it needs tedious work, it needs time that you read the entire paper. So without reading the entire paper, you can find out, you can read just the main findings of the paper, where in wherever paper where it is mentioned, where it is available. So you can just find out the main findings. You can find out the methodology also which has been used in a particular paper. So you can just click on the methodology and find out what is the methodology which has been used in these papers. So it is basically providing you the results based on the abstract, based on the information that they are able to find out, and based on the information which is open access available to the LSAT. You can find out the limitations also if it is mentioned. If it is mentioned in the abstract, that it will be available to you. Some of the features are not available on the free version. So basically you will have to upgrade and it will be a paid version. So I give you again 1 minute to use this software quickly and see if you have any doubt. So whatever is your area of research, your field of research, just search for Google it for LSAT. Click on the first link, LSAT, and then type a keyword, find out papers, find out summary of your research area. You can include more sources also, so you will have to update it. I pause for 1 minute before you use the tool. Yes, Dr. Pushkar Dubey, you have a doubt. You're raising hand. Dr. Pushkar Dubey, do you have a question? Okay, let us continue then. Yeah, so meanwhile, I hope you all have explored this this tool, AI tool, and how it is going to help you for your research. So basically, there's difference between the different tools. No, the functionality which a tool is providing you. So connected papers can be the starting point where you have found out what are the important works. This LSAT will provide you a small summary of the important work, and if you look into the particular section of the paper, so what is the methodology, what is the outcomes in the paper, what is the summary of the paper, what is the abstract summary of the paper. So these informations you can find it out through LSAT. Now let us move to the next tool. Any doubt in here? Any doubt in this tool, or we can move to the next tool? Yes, LSAT is asking to sign up, so you will have to sign up before proceeding. Yes, taking the summary from this tool directly if you are using it. So those plagiarism which are using AI plagiarism, so there it will be able to find out the plagiarism. AI generated, it will be shown that this is AI generated content. So try not to rely heavily on the AI tools. You can delete the column, just right click on the dots, or there is an arrow on the right hand side. So you can delete the column. Answering to your question, Minu Saru. Okay, so let us move to the next tool. which is Open Knowledge Maps. So you can just do a Google search for Open Knowledge Maps and you can click on the first link that you get Open Knowledge Maps. And as the name suggests map, it helps in generating a very beautiful map and will help you get an idea what are the major topics of research in this field. What are the major areas or clusters in this field, right? So how will you find out Open Knowledge Maps? Basically, if you're from life sciences disciplines, so you can click on PubMed. If you are from other disciplines, all disciplines, you can click it for base. Now you can enter your search term. Suppose your search term, again I'm taking corporate governance. See, just by a click of the keywords, we have got a very beautiful knowledge map of the field. And this is basically, these are very helpful tool in starting point if you have just started your research. So by just doing the keyword search, you will get an idea what are the clusters, what are the major topics in your field, and what are the major papers which have been published in your field. So just by looking at this graph, we can just easily make the idea that okay, so there is research around corporate social responsibility, and then corporate law, corporate reputation, business and economics reforms, Islamic corporate governance quality, accrual earnings, commercial banks, intellectual capital board. Right. So these clusters basically put together the similar papers in one cluster. If you click on the cluster, you will find out the papers, the similar papers together in one circle, in one cluster. That means those papers are focused on a particular topic. Here, if you click on these papers, so these are basically focused on corporate social responsibility and corporate governance. So the papers of similar nature, they will be put together. If you click on the cluster, if you click on
The
the circle,
screen is not moving, ma'am. We are not able to see the maps.
okay, let me share it again. Was Open Knowledge Maps
Site was visible, but was not moving forward.
understood? Let me share it again. Is it visible now?
Yes, it is.
Let me show you again. When you click on this, when you have typed the keyword and when you have done the search, so you will land on this page. Here, basically clusters are formed. So basically the entire research field, the papers are categorized into clusters based on the similarity level. So if the papers are of similar nature, they will be put into one particular cluster. Now when you click it on the cluster, you will find out what are the papers that have done research in this area. So you can click on the paper also to find out more information. So these are the papers that have worked in corporate social responsibility area. And then here also you will have a lot many options here, so you can click on the link to find out the paper. If the paper is open access, so you can download the paper from here also. See if it is open access, so you can just click on the paper, download the paper, download the PDF file. You can cite also. So this Open Knowledge Map will help you in citations also. So APS style, you can just copy paste from here. MLA style is also available, Chicago style, Asian style, whatever style you are interested in or which is the demand, which is the requirement for your journal, you can find it from here. And also, now this is a very good starting point where you will again find out the papers which are of similar nature, and what are the cluster is also very helpful because that is going to help you in finding out the major topics or themes in your area, in your research field. So I give you again 1 minute to practice this Open Knowledge Maps before we proceed to the next tool. I give you 1 minute and also see if you have any doubt. Open Knowledge Map. So basically, I'm talking about those AI tools which are the tools which can help you in starting your research or get a gist of your research field. Okay, so somebody has question. Archana Dubey, is it very similar to connected papers? No, I'll not say, because connected papers is putting together the papers, but it is not finding out the themes. But here, this open knowledge maps, it is able to find out the themes also. And you will also get an idea that what is the thing, what are the topics that which are currently in discussion these days. Basically, you can explore the other options also which are available on this website, on this tool. So there are some filters available. You can sort by the open access also, what are the papers which are open access and which are open access papers. So you can click on the PDF, open the PDF, and you will be able to download the paper. Also, you can sort by the relevance, sort by the title, sort by the authors, year. So maybe you are interested in the latest paper. So see, you are able to get the latest papers of 2020-25. This will quickly give you an idea of the very relevant, very latest research in your field. Similarly, we have another tools also. Let me show you more tools. One more tool before we break for the day. I hope you people are practicing it together, and also see if you have any doubts so that you can, if you're practicing it, so you can ask your questions also. If you have any doubt. Okay, thank you for the response. So let me again show a new tool which might be of your interest, which is Citation Gecko. Citation Gecko. So Citation Gecko is also one of the paper which will help you, which one of the tool which will help you in forming visuals from the seed paper and also finding the network of connected papers. So these are various tools which are available, and I will just introducing these tools to you so that you can find out on your own which tool you are more comfortable with, which tool is more helpful in your area where you are finding out more relevant research papers. So these alternatives also, these are alternatives also, you can use it, one of the tools maybe, and there are some complementary tools also which you can start at the start, you can use at the starting point, and then later on you can use some other tools. So you will be understanding once you are aware. So yes, so this one is Citation Gecko tool which I'm going to use. Again, for this you will have to create, this will help you in creating the visuals, the connections, the networks. So basically you will have to search for papers from this tool also. You can use from Viptex, Zotero or Mendeley as well. Somebody has I request you please to mute yourself. It's creating disturbance.
Maybe the host can mute Dr. Devanjali.
Yes, somebody from the host team. Okay, thank you. Now let us continue. So I was explaining this Citation Gecko tool here. So Citation Gecko also you will have to search for seed papers. What are seed papers? So seed papers are basically base paper, and you will have to find out what are the related papers to this paper. So basically this tool will help you in finding out the similar paper. Now suppose if you have one particular paper, you are aware that this is the paper which has worked in this field, and you are interested to know what are the other papers in this field which are connected to this paper, similar to this paper. So you can use this Citation Gecko to find out other papers of the similar nature. How? So let us put the query. Let us find out one paper which is very important in this field, corporate governance. So we will find out the list of papers which you can use as seed paper. Seed paper basically as base paper. So let us use few papers as seed papers. Let me click on. So you can click as many as you are interested. Maybe you are interested in maybe one or two papers. You can click on one or two papers also, or you can look at the other papers also. Add selected as seed papers. Now click back on the canvas. So here, this is showing, this is basically based on the year, and this is showing how many papers have been published in your research in your interested area from the year, based on year wise. So basically this research in this field, the paper which you are looking, or the topic which you are exploring, so the field research has started somewhere in 1970s, and then it has increased the research. So the research was slow around this topic, and then later on the research has emerged a lot around this topic. So around 2003, 2004, 2005, you can see a lot of paper. Basically there were lot many research around corporate governance because of some of the corporate scandals and the financial crisis also that happened in 2008. So then after that the research in corporate governance increased. This is the one of the reason why you can see so many papers in 2008. And then if you see, then there are more papers in 2012, 13, 14, and around 2016 we can see there's the field has increased a lot. So there are a few papers from 2024 also which is included in this software, in this tool, right? So these are the seed papers that we have selected. So these are base papers which and we obviously by clicking on the papers you will find out the more information. So you can click on this link also, and this will land you to a new page where you will be able to find out the more information about the paper. So where you can find out the abstract, and if it is open access you can download the paper also from there. So you can just click it here from the yellow box, yellow link that has been shown here. So this is one of the way we are finding out how is the research in your field based on the year. Now let me come to this citation Gecko. So basically here it is. Let me open this again. Meanwhile, you can also search for this tool, Citation Gecko, find out few papers based on the topic that you are interested in, find out seed papers, see how is the research in your field, how was the research in past 2-3 decades, and how is the research at present, and how the papers are connected. So how the seed papers will give you some other similar papers also. Click back on the canvas, you will find out. So the graphs that you can see on the screen, yellow dots are the seed papers. That means the papers that we have selected. While the gray dots, this will indicate the other similar papers related to your area. Try to understand the screen that you can see, the graph that you can see here. So seed paper is the paper that you have selected. This evolution of corporate governance, corporate theories, this is the paper that you have selected. The gray dots that you can see, some it will show you some of the papers which are similar to this paper or connected to this paper in any way. So those papers which are cited by seed papers, we will find out those papers. So basically those papers which this seed paper has cited in its study, and papers citing seed papers means those papers which have cited this paper. So here we cannot see anything. Let me show you the graph again. So basically these are helpful in finding out the references. So try to understand the papers, the difference between these two terms, papers cited by seed papers and papers citing seed papers. So papers cited by seed papers are those papers which this paper has cited in its references. Papers citing seed papers are those papers which are citing this paper in their study. That is, they have included reference of this paper in their study. You will find out the name of the papers here. This will also help you in finding the recommended papers. So not only the top papers that we selected, but also recommended papers which we might have missed selecting it, and it might suggest you some of the latest papers also in the field. You can make some filters also based on the year. So for which year, before which year data paper you want to select, or after which year you want to select. So maybe you are interested more in those papers which are published after 2020. So you can make filters based on the journals also, seats cited by seats cited, and you can use all these filters to find out the papers relevant to your study. You can add more seats also, that means you can add more papers also, and you can also save the sessions. So the papers that are already included here as the seats, or you can include more papers also, recommended papers also, these papers that you can find it out, you can add as seats. So that will be available here on the main screen. And then you can save the session, that means you can download it as a bibliotex file or as CSV file, so that you can use it for your bibliographic purpose. So you can download it like this, and in BIB format. Okay. Any questions? Try to use the tool citation Chekhov side by side. Yes, Dr. Sanjeev Malviya.
Yeah, I have two queries, ma'am. First is related to the illicit you have shown. So I was just
Elicit.
trying to, there are, when you are typing papers that you want to search for your topic, it is showing only 8 papers. So is it that, or there is something I'm missing?
Yes, so you are you able to find out 8 papers?
Yes.
Okay, so more papers you will be able to find out if you have taken upgraded version. That means premium version of the software.
Okay. So that means only 8 are shown. So what is the utility if I don't want to take the upgraded or premium version? So can I still use it, or it is useful for me, or I have to get the premium version for that?
It's up to you whether you want to take the premium version. However, there are other free AI tools also which are available, which anyway we are going to discuss.
Okay, because 8 papers anyhow won't be much use, so that is why I was asking it.
Correct, correct.
And the second question is, if open knowledge maps do not show something which is, if they are not able to generate the map for your title, so we have to change it, or what? In fact, you have to use something else. Suppose they are not having enough paper to show.
Maybe you have given very narrow topic around which the papers are not available. What is the topic?
So we have to specify more means we have to give them means what you call it, more general topic.
No, it is generally not like that. You have to give a topic and whatever papers are available. So the tool, Open Knowledge Map
This
would be able
specific
to.
this titles should not be given. That is what you are saying.
No, specific titles should be given. I'm saying specific titles are also used to create clusters.
Okay,
Try
I was
again.
give.
Try to find it out again.
Okay.
So if the papers are available in the field, the idea is if the papers are available in the field, the tool will generate clusters for you.
And ma'am, what is the best out of these so many tools? What is the best way to start with? Which tool, that is connected papers, is the best way to start with, or?
So these tools basically that I have shown so far, these are the tools to start with. Or maybe you can use one or two, or maybe you can use any one tool also to start with and to understand your research area. Basically, what are the major themes? What are the major papers in the area? How the research has evolved? How is the trend in the area in the research field? So you can use
Because
maybe
when
one or two
I'm
tool
searching
also.
on the connected papers, the number of papers are quite high, but they are not very relevant to what I'm searching. So
So these tools you can use BibTeX or RIS files also. Maybe suppose if you have downloaded the citations of the paper already, or you have downloaded the papers already, so you can use the tools to summarize. Suppose if you have already found out, if you are using Scopus or you are having some paid databases, so you are able to download the major important papers based on the citations. You can use those papers and you can combine with the AI tools to summarize the papers and find out the major information, major findings from the paper without reading the entire paper. So we will be discussing those tools also, which are going to help you in that way. Those tools also which are going to help you in writing the literature review also.
Elicit was one, but you have to have the paid version so that you can means have more papers or something like that. So there are
Yes.
some other tools also which help in summarizing, ma'am.
Right, right. There are other tools also. We will discuss it.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Any other question? Somebody else was also raising hand. Kedar Krishna, the question is, can we filter year wise? Yes, you can filter year wise, so you can find out the papers for which year you want it. Okay, Padma Priya, Meenu, and Devanshi, they are asking to repeat the Dr. Devanshi. Okay, so can you repeat the seeding process once again? Sure. Is the citation repo web page visible to you all? Just do a Google search for citation repo. Click on it. Start discovering papers. So it will provide you a network for connected papers. Start discovering papers. Search for papers. Here you have to give the query. Enter the query for the topic or the keyword corporate governance. Search it. You can make one or two papers as seed paper, or you can click all the papers also to make it as seed paper. Let us stick to maybe one or two papers. Models of corporate governance. You can add as many papers as you want, which are available here as seed papers. Add selected as seed papers. Go back to the canvas. So this is just showing the seed papers that I have selected, because I have selected just 3 papers. So one paper is from 2018, 2 papers are from 2019. You can use the filters also based on the, so here you can find it out filters. On the left panel, if you see here, you can use the filters also to filter the papers based on year, journals, citations. Coming back to the seats again. So since I have selected only 3 papers, so therefore only 3 seats are visible here. Then we have the recommended papers also, that what are the recommended papers based on the seats. Here there are not many results because I have just selected 3 papers. You can select more paper also to act as seat paper, so that it acts as the base paper, and you can find out the other papers also which are relevant to your field. So if you include more paper, so you will get more information. What are the papers in which years they have been published. When you click on a particular dot, so yellow dot, that is acting as seed paper. When you click on the dots, you will get how the papers are connected. So this paper is connected with this one or this one, and also the seeds. If you see here on the right side panel, you will when you click on this diagram. So this above diagram, this is showing the papers based on the year. The lower diagram is showing you the papers based on the connections. So there is a question, all the seed papers have cited the black ones. No, not all the papers have cited the black ones. Those papers, those seed papers which are connected with other papers, that will be shown in a particular graph. Yellow, yes, yellow color are the seed papers and black colors are the connected papers, not the main papers. So here can we take a quick break of 10 or 15 minutes and then can we start again?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you. So we will start again after maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
So 3:30 you suggest, or what time, ma'am? Shall we meet again? It's 3:14 at present.
Okay, so correct. So it's 3:14. Let us meet at 3:25. Maybe 10 minutes break will be fine.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so let us all meet at 3:25 again. Thank you.
Okay, participants, we will meet again at 3:25. Gita Sahu, please switch off your video. Gita Sahu is requested to switch off the video.
Is Dr. Shivani, can we start the session?
All participants over here, can we start? Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am, we can.
Thank you. Okay, so let us continue our discussion on the AI tools which we have discussed so far for the research. Basically, the tools that I have discussed so far, those can become your starting point of research where you will get an idea what are the topics or the themes which have been published in your area, what are the papers which are relevant to your field of research. So by now if you have done some research, also if you have used the tools, so you would have got a fair idea of the papers that have been published on a particular field, right? So we will proceed with few more tools which are used for paper discovery, basically finding out the related papers, and then we will proceed with those papers which are actually used to write the research paper. Thank you for the appreciation, Durga ma'am. Okay, let us proceed. So I'm going to show you the next tool, which is known as Insightful AI. And this is going to help you not only finding out the paper, but it also helps you in connecting the literature across the field. I hope my Google site is visible. So I'm searching for the new tool, Insightful AI. Insightful.xyz, which is using citations to explore academic literature. This has two roles. This tool provides you two roles. One is paper discovery, the other is literature connector. So under paper discovery, you can find out a paper, search for a title of a paper. You can, if you are specific, you know the paper, so you can find the paper title, or maybe you can use some keywords also to find the literature. So this will again help you in finding out the related paper, old paper, new paper, seminal papers. Okay, so this is A Survey of Corporate Governance by Schleifer and Vision 1997. This is one of the seminal papers in this area, corporate governance. So therefore, I am selecting it this again and again so that you get an idea how to start with the research field. Now, once you have selected the paper, you will get a lot many information about the paper, such as how many times it has been cited, how many papers this paper is citing, in which year it has published, is it open access or not, then how many times it has been used in graph. So some graph is also created. You can use some of the filters also. You can use some combination of and or also to find the keywords. Use the year filtrations to find out the papers relevant to you. You can add papers also to this graph. So a graph is created. Let me go to the tour of this uh, tour of this insightful tool so that you know how to use it, right? So this part, if you see, this will give you the basic information about the paper, the name, the authors, and the journal. Then you will find out the general stats of this paper, who are citing it, who, how many times it is cited, published, and other information. Here, see, if the graph information is presented here. So that means this paper is used in this many papers in graph. So the downside, we can see the graphs, and we will discuss later what this graph is about and what this graph is showing you. Next, this will be showing you the papers which are very relevant to the paper that we have selected. So there we have searched for the keyword corporate governance, and then we have selected one paper. Here this one paper becomes the base paper, and the other information which are coming to this which is this site is providing you, this is specific to this paper only. So you will find out the similar papers also. You will find out the most important papers also. You will find out the review papers and the recent papers also by top authors. So this was just a quick tour of this tool so that you get an idea of what informations are available, authors, journals, institutions. Let us go back to the uh, screen here again. So see, you will be able to find out the basic information about the paper, that is the year, citations, and everything, the name, journal, authors. Then by using the keywords filtrations, you can find out the papers. Now look at the graph. So this graph, how is it created? Is the graph visible on the screen?
Yes, sure.
The papers are connected together. Yes. So this Schleifer we have selected as the base paper. All those paper which are published in this field of corporate governance and which are connected to this paper are shown here. So see how these papers are connected. Schleifer is connected with this style. How are these connections shown? How these networks are shown? So basically these are shown on the basis of citations, on the basis of references. What are the papers that this paper has cited? What are the papers which have cited this paper in their references list? So based on those references list, these graphs are created. Now, if you see these papers mostly on the corporate governance, these are in direct or indirect way connected to each other. You will find out the similar paper. So see, I had searched for only one paper, which was a survey for corporate governance by Schleifer and Wisny. By searching for one paper, I am able to get similar papers, so many similar papers based on the citations, and this is based on the similarity index, that is how relevant or how similar is the paper to the base paper. So you will find out so many similar papers. So there are other options of also, you can click on these tabs to find out very similar papers on this field, corporate governance. So I would request you all to side by side you also do a search. You can search for insightful.xyz. Search for this tool, AI tool. There will be two options. One will be paper discovery, the other will be literature connector. Let us use first of all paper discovery. Under paper discovery, search for a keyword, or maybe you can search for one paper, any one paper that you know of. By just searching for one paper, you will get a lot many similar papers that have been doing research on the same area, which have been published on the same topic. So you can click on the papers also to get more idea, and you can download. There will be options. See, if I click on one paper, so Schleifer is one of the main paper, and then if I click on the other paper, so paper information about the other paper is also available. Citations, published in which year, how these papers are connected with each other. You can add to the literature review also. You can find out the most important papers in your area. How is this most important paper known? It is calculated by the page rank. So there is page rank analysis, which is used to find out the most important paper, and generally these are seminal papers or the older papers in the field which have been cited so many times. So here you will find out the most important papers. Here you will find out the review papers. So basically those papers which have been cited again and again. So they are assuming it that this is review papers. So you, by clicking on the review papers, you will get the idea of the whole field by reading the review papers. There are recent papers also, recent papers by the top 100 authors. So you will find out the recent papers in our area. So see the research which has been done on corporate governance in 2025, 24, 25, 23, these are available here. And then most important recent papers. So out of the recent papers also maybe based on the citations and the page rank analysis, you will be able to find out the recent important papers. You can click on the recent important papers to find out the trends and the topics which are being researched in your field. Other bibliometric data also you will be able to find out. So who are the top authors in your field? Top authors based on the citations, based on the number of papers, you will be able to get the list of top authors, such as we have Jensen, Pharma, Schleifer, Mayers, Vishny. So they are the top authors in corporate governance. Upcoming authors also, those authors who have recently done research, upcoming authors in the network. Then you will be able to find out the top institutions, those who are doing research in this field: University of Chicago, National Bureau of Economic Research, Rochester, Pennsylvania. These are the universities who have the most number of papers on this topic. Top journals. So this will actually help you in finding out the journals also, that which are the journals which are specific to your topic. That means they are publishing on the your area of research. So see, for this topic, corporate governance, so there are journals such as Journal of Finance, Journal of Financial Economics, Journal of Political Economy, American Economic Review. So these are the top journals. This will also help you in finding out the journals, the target journal for your research work. And also the similar journals, which are the journals in which you can publish your research work. So that will be also shown. So this is also one of the ways of paper discovery, where you will be able to find out the list of papers which are similar, which are important, which are the institutions or the say authors who are working on this topic. So this tool, Insightful AI, this not only help you in paper discovery but also helps in literature connections. What does this mean? If you are somebody who is say into interdisciplinary research, or maybe two of you from different field of research, you both want to collaborate with each other and you want to look at some meaningful or some interesting topics. So for this tool will be helpful for you, because this is the place where they are connecting the literatures together. That means one literature can be from the other area, the other literature can be from different field, and how they are connected to each other. So they are connected through citations. Let us see how. So let us keep the main topic as corporate governance only. So you will have to select one paper, how this paper is connected to the paper in the other field. Let us take one paper which is again mostly cited, a survey of corporate governance, and you can use some other field, how corporate governance. So, so these days we hear a lot about ESG, environmental, social, and governance, and there are a lot of research being done about ESG in finance, also marketing, strategy, HR. So let us try to connect corporate governance with ESG. And here also you will have to select one paper which is focused on ESG, and then we will see how these papers are connected together and how many research has been already done on this interdisciplinary topic. So you will have to select one paper from the ESG also. Let us do the search. So you will have the basic information about two papers which we are connecting, one from the corporate governance, the other from the ESG. Then the basic information about the papers. Filters also you can use. So keywords, authors, filters you can use. Keywords, other kind of keywords also you can use to find out papers. And the table of all the papers which are connected. This table shows you basically those papers which are into corporate governance and ESG, and they are connected together. So you can use this plus button to add papers to the graph which is shown in the upside. We will see. Okay. So here, if you see this, these are those papers that we have typed for two fields, right? Corporate governance and ESG, and finding out how these are connected together. So these are the papers which are focused on both the fields. You can find out for other topics also how this literature is connected. So basically those papers which are into both the topics, say corporate governance, you can connect it with some disclosures also. Let us connect corporate governance with disclosures and see how these two fields are connected. So if you see here, a graph will be created here that will show you how many papers are there which are working on corporate governance and corporate governance and corporate disclosures putting together. So these papers, how this graph is created, this is again created based on the citations. Those papers such as say Mayer's 1984, they have cited this Schleifer, they have cited Haley. These are the papers which have been cited by both the papers. So Mayer 1984, basically Schleifer has also cited, Haley 2001 has also cited. Jensen 1976 has been cited by Slifer also. Haley 2001 also. So this shows that these two papers are connected. Although their main focus is different. Here corporate governance is the focus. Here corporate disclosures are focus. However, there is common papers which is citing by the both the fields. So similarly, you will find out the table also, which will give you the number of papers which are used in both the fields. So this will be very helpful if you are going for multidisciplinary research, interdisciplinary research. Yes. So I again give you 1 minute to explore this tool, and then we will proceed to the next tool. Insightful AI, you can search for it. So since there are no questions, we'll move to the next tool. Next, we are going to use Carrot 2, again used for paper search and clustering of the papers. So again, if you're from life sciences field, you can use PubMed. If you're from other field, you can use web. Let me stick to one topic only so that you get an idea how topic can be explored across the different AI tools. So some of the filtration option is available on the search bar also. So you can search for language, country, sources, other filtrations you can make. Right. So okay, so for this search limit has exceeded for me for the day, but maybe on your own you can search for the Carrot 2. Just do a Google search for Carrot 2. Do a Google search for Carrot 2. Click on the link. Search it for the keywords, search for the keywords, and then a list of papers will be shown to you. What are the papers which are into their field? Click on the tree map and pie chart also. So tree map will give you the clusters based on the themes. What is the theme in a particular area? Let me know if you are doing this on your own, if you are able to find it out. So just search for the keyword. So the limit has exceeded for me, therefore I am not able to show you for the day. You can click on the tree map and pie chart and find out the clusters, the themes, sub-themes in your research field. Let me know if you are able to do. Anybody who has tried Carrot 2? Okay, so you can explore it later on also on your own. Let us move to the next tools which are very, very important in helping you in writing the papers. There's one tool which is very, very important for the research field is Research Rabbit. Find it out for Research Rabbit. It will again help you in fasting your help you faster do your literature reviews. You will have to sign up for the Research Rabbit. So meanwhile, you all can sign up for Research Rabbit. Once you are signed up, see, Research Rabbit gives you better enhanced papers based on your search history, based on your preferences. If you see on the screen, some preferences are given for me, which topics I have been selecting or searching for in the past. So it is giving me the recommendations, the search on the basis of the search history, on the basis of my preferences, and also it gives you the meaningful results, right? So there is no need to manually search for the papers. See, usually what we do, we search for the papers through Google Scholar or through maybe Scopus, or we are just manually searching for the papers without knowing that which are the papers which are very similar to this paper and which are the papers which are connected to this paper. So therefore, here comes the role of these AI tools, and Research Rabbit is actually very frequently used, very widely used, for where you can find out the lot of information just by clicking or just by finding out the topic. So since I have found it already here, corporate governance. So therefore, you can find out so many people related to the corporate governance. Now, yeah, you can create new collections. So you can create a new name also. Suppose if I give some name and I keep on adding all the papers which are relevant to this topic. So I have created a collection, corporate governance. Whatever papers I found, what matters in corporate governance, or whatever papers I found, I can add it in my collection. So you can add it to your collection. You can create your own collection and keep on adding it in your collections. You can create new category also, connect to Zotero also, which is a citation management tool. Just clicking on the similar work, see 2125 similar work has been found out on this topic. Just look at the beauty of this tool by giving one keyword, that is corporate governance. I am able to find out the seminal papers which were very, very old, and also the similar papers. So 2125 papers are listed here, and just by clicking on the papers, just finding it out, the PDF maybe you can find it out, or maybe you can download it if it is open access paper, if it is freely available on the paper. These are very, very important papers. See the seminal papers from the very good journals. So these are showing the network of similar papers which have worked on a particular topic. So these papers are connected together. If you see blue color papers, so these are connected together because these papers have actually worked on a particular topic, particular keyword. Now, similar papers you can find out. Earlier work also you can find out. So what were the seminal papers or very, very early works? Say those papers from 1976, 1988, 1985, 1962, 1965, where this word would have used, or where this topic has been researched. See 1977, 1983, 1985. So these are earlier work, very, very seminal papers, and these may be important for you to include in your literature review, since these are very important in the research field. These papers, the seminal papers, have shaped the research field. So it will be interesting for you to include this in your research work. And later work. So later works are generally the papers which have been published later on, later than your base paper. So there are few base papers in the initial. If you see here, these are some of the base papers. Earlier papers are those papers which have been published before these base papers. Later work are those papers which have been published after this base paper. And there are 10,520 work research which has been done in this field after the base paper. So you can find out some of the latest papers also, and again you can use the time, again you can use the filters. So filters you can use based on the citations, recency. Let us find out the recency. So you can find out the papers which are very, very important in your field. Say corporate governance, I can find out 10,520 papers. If you talk about the authors that have been shown in the corporate disclosure field, these authors such as Vishni, Schleifer, Porta, Core, these are the top authors in this field. And what are the research work that they have done? So if you click on a particular author also, you will get a lot of information. That is, what are the papers, how many papers, how these, first of all, how these authors are connected to each other. That means they have done collaborations. So Larkar has worked with Core, Core has worked with Schleifer, Schleifer has worked with Porta, they have worked with Vishni, and how many papers they have actually published. So this author, I'm talking about Robert W. Vishni, which I have selected. So this author has published 165. See, the charts and the graphs are being created because they are showing the results to you. So what are the published work of this author? So this author has published 27 papers, and these are again connected. Then you have suggested authors also, that may be the new authors in the field, those who are working in this corporate governance area. So what can be for your interest, you can be more interested in the similar work, in the earlier work, and in the later work, because that will give you an idea of how to start, where to start your literature review with, what are the important papers, and how to summarize the important papers in your literature review so that you do not miss on the important papers. Generally, these are based on the number of citations which are included for the paper, and obviously the most cited papers are most important works. So you can find out the timeline, you can find out the network as we have shown. Just look at the timeline. So this is also going to show you that in which year which papers have been published. So see how beautifully you can see in which year, you can see the number of papers. So the seminal papers have been published in 1990s, and then recently so many papers have been published in corporate governance. I think data is updated up to 2019 for this field, so therefore it is showing for up to 2019. Maybe I will have to make some adjustment. So the paper you can classify based on the first author, also on the basis of the last author also. So these are the papers which have been published from 2003 to 2015, right? So you can click on the papers and find out more information. If you click on the paper, look at the right panel. When you click on the paper, you will find out the information about the paper, the title, the journal, citations, year, abstract. This information you will be able to find. So Research Rabbit is really a very helpful tool which will help you kickstart your research by finding out the similar papers, by finding out the authors, by finding out the key topics. You can keep on adding papers in the as the base paper. So if you look at the here on the arrow, here we have selected few papers which are working as base paper. You can add more papers also in this collection which will work as base paper, and then you will find out the similar earlier or later work related to this base paper. So I give you 1 minute to quickly explore the Research Rabbit tool on your own and see if you have any doubt.
Could you please repeat the name of this research?
Research Rabbit.
Research Grab.
Rabbit. Let me type it for
Grab
you.
it. Okay, Research Grab it.
Yes, it's Rabbit. And also, if you see on the website for the Research Rabbit, you will get an option to export the citations. There would be one option available. I have actually closed the website. Let me share it again. Or maybe if you are exploring it on your own, you will find out the option to explore the citations as a BIB file or RIS file, which you can use it for referencing also. Let me show you the next tool which you might be interested in and waiting for, because this tool is going to summarize the paper for you. Paper Digest. The name of the tool is Paper Digest, which is AI powered research platform again. This will help you in writing it. How? So they are basically going to summarize the paper for you. Let us do literature review using Paper Digest. Is the search tool visible to you? Visible on your screen? The search bar?
Yes, yes.
So here you have to do the literature review. Suppose if you have to do the literature review, so you can review the most influential work around your area using this tool, Paper Digest. You have to give the prompt that this tool has to write a review on. Let us see again. I'm keeping the same topic so that you know how the different tools are providing the different kind of results.
And the name of the tool is Paper Digest.
Paper Digest. Here you can find it out. Paper Digest.
Thank you.
So we are doing the review using this tool. Search for the keyword. You search for the topic using keyword. Just look at the result that this AI tool has generated for you. Paper Digest, when you have given the prompt or the keyword, first of all, they have mentioned the related work, what are the influential work in this field, and then it has created a review, a literature review for you. This will see, I do not suggest you to just copy paste and use it in research paper as it is, but try to verify the papers, try to read it and see the logic behind this, and maybe you can refer to the content that is generated by this tool for your literature review. So the structure has been created so well, and you can try just this will give you the starting point of writing your literature review. No? So this has actually generated the review of the important papers of your topic. Now you can use this to modify as per your need, or whatever recent papers you want to include, maybe whatever seminal papers you would want to include, and this will give you a structure to your literature review. Okay, so this is how we start the literature review, and then we keep on discussing the major areas in the field, how the this research field has increased, evolved. Yeah. So I just give you 1 minute quickly. Maybe you can explore this tool. The name is Paper Digest. Paper Digest, search for on Google. Click on the first link. Type the keyword. You will get a literature review on the topic.
I have one question here. Suppose if I'm putting this literature review in my paper, will that be caught in the AI plagiarism?
Yes, so there are some tools, plagiarism tools, which are able to find out the AI generated content. So my suggestion is do not use the content as it is, but you can paraphrase it in your own words, and also try to verify. You can use some, you can change little bit to avoid the AI plagiarism. So Paper Digest is one of the tools which is actually going to help you in writing your paper. Similarly, we have Jenny AI. Maybe you would have heard about this tool. Jenny AI is one of the very common tool which is used by the researchers these days to write the paper. So this will help you. This will actually modify the result. See, in the Paper Digest, it has generated the result for you. There also you can make little modification based on your preference. However, Jenny AI, you can guide the tool throughout the writing process. When the tool is generating the literature review for you, you can guide the tool. You can modify as per your preference. So you can search for Jenny AI. Jenny AI. Click on the first link that you get it on Google. Now start writing. So Jenny AI, you can see that it's free. You can continue with Google. Meanwhile, I request you all to log into Jenny AI. Maybe you can just sign up for Jenny AI. This is free, but you will have to sign up for to use it. Now you can mention that for what purpose you are using Jenny AI, so that they are specific for your needs and they will provide you the content as per your demand, right? So we are, suppose we are in PhD and we obviously want to write research papers, so you should give some instructions to Jenny AI so that they will be providing you the results, relevant results, right? So write a paper from scratch or improve an existing draft. Suppose you have already written your literature review, so this tool is not only going to help start your research, but also if you are in your, if you have already written your literature review or you have developed your paper, so this will help you in improving your literature. And also use AI to understand existing PDF. So if you have PDF already, you have downloaded the research paper, so you can ask questions about the PDF, about the paper, and generate summary. So how's it? You will have to upload the PDF and ask questions from it. So you can write a paper, you can improve the paper also, and you can ask questions from the PDF. Now let us get started and let us see how Jenny AI is going to help you in writing your literature review. So now they are asking for the research questions. What are you writing today? Let me tell you that, let me tell to the tool that what I'm writing today. So I might be interested in literature review on corporate governance. So you can give some strong prompt also. That means they want to be very, very specific. Maybe you can give some definite, you can give the variables also. Maybe you're finding out the relationship between one variable and another variable. You can mention the dependent and independent variables also, and maybe some specific years, the relevance, the context you can mention, so that they provide you more specific and high quality results. Now let us see what the tool has generated for us. So here they have already provided the structure for the research paper. So generally we know research paper is categorized into abstract and then introduction, literature review, methodology, results, and then discussion and then conclusion. So they are writing introduction for us. Now read the content that has been generated by Jenny AI. If you find that okay, so this paragraph is fine, you want to accept this for your paper, so you can accept it, or you can click on the try again. That means you are not satisfied with the content that has been generated by Jenny AI, and you are asking the tool to regenerate the content for you. So let us accept the tool, accept the paragraph. Now, one step by step, the tool is generating content for you. So one paragraph is generated, you have accepted it. Now suppose if you're not satisfied with the second paragraph and you want to change it, so maybe you can write, you can click on try again, and then GenAI has again created a paragraph for you, maybe changed it or paraphrased it. Maybe now we can accept it. So this will, you have the option of citing also. So suppose if you have generated one paragraph and you need citations for this, so you can click on the cite. GenAI will help you in finding out those papers which have mentioned this paragraph. So this paragraph has talked about something about corporate governance. What are the papers that have mentioned these discussion in the papers, in their papers? So suppose these are the papers which are very relevant to the first paragraph. Now you want to include the paper as your citation, as the citation in your research work. Let us include this one. So this first paper, Refakar, this is cited in your paper. Now click back on the canvas. See, this paper has been cited in your paper, in your content, which you are doing literature review on the corporate governance, right? There are other options also available. So if you click on the paragraph, so you will be able to chat about this paragraph. You can ask AI for the AI edit also. So basically, there are AI options available on GenAI where, so suppose one paragraph is created already, so you can improve the fluency. You can paraphrase the, suppose you have written something on your own and you want to improve the paragraph. So you can paraphrase, you can simplify academically, casually, persuasively, whatever is your intention. Strengthen argument, add a counter argument. So whatever paragraph, so suppose if GenAI has generated some paragraph and you want to provide say provide counter paragraph to it. So you can add a counter argument to this. Let us add a counter argument. So you can basically create those paragraphs also which are supporting the argument. You can create those paragraphs which are against the argument or countering the argument. So replace selection, you can replace the selection, insert below, try again. If you're not satisfied, so you can try it again. Or if you're not satisfied, so you can discard the paragraph also. Let us replace the selection. So we have included one discussion and we have provided the counter argument also. What else this can do? So when you click on the paragraph, just right click. So there is option of citation where for any paragraph or any line, if you want to use citations, the GenAI tool will help you in finding out the relevant paper for this. AI tool, as I mentioned, you can use it to improve, paraphrase, simplify. Also, there are a few other info options also which are available. So you can click and improve your text that you have already created. Also, there is option of exporting. So you can export it as Word document or copy and paste it in your Word document. There are option of inserting images and other inserting tables and other things also. Now I give you 1 minute again to use GenAI and create some content on the topic which is relevant for your research field. Okay, so there is one question which has been asked in the chat box. Is it better than using ChatGPT? when we check for plagiarism, will it be deducted or shown as flag and copy? So therefore, I'm asking you all to use various tools so that it is not caught in the AI generated plagiarism. Why? Because this is, suppose there is content which is generated by AI in one software you have used, and then maybe you can paraphrase it in some another tool, or try to give the instruction or prompt to the AI tool to make it sound like a human written answer, human written sentences, human written paragraphs. So in that way, you might avoid getting caught in the AI plagiarism. So it's better if you use different tools together so that you avoid the plagiarism.
How do we come back to
So
what, say, suppose I have a question, ma'am.
yes, sure. Go
If I am
ahead.
writing, say, an introduction, and I gave it the prompt to try again, and then I find that the first one was better than the second one. So how do I go back to the first one?
Okay. In that case, let me check. Let me check again. There is one more question also. So can you show us again how to pick and choose from different sources? Okay. So I'll show it again and go back to the tool again. Okay, so answering to your question was if you are removing the first one and you're finding that the first one was relevant. Okay, so if you have removed it and you have created a new paragraph, so you can go back by clicking on this arrow. Is it visible on the screen?
Yes, it is.
No. Okay, so you can click on this arrows to go back to the previous answers or the next answers, and you can compare, you can read, and you can compare, and then you can accept it.
Okay, then we can accept. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So coming to the next question, so somebody was asking about how to include the references. Now, suppose if one paragraph is included, one line is included, and you want to include citation for it. Let us accept the next one. And suppose you are not satisfied by the citation, so you can remove it, and you can add a new citation of your own. How will you do? Select the paragraph, select the line for which you want to include the citation. Right click, select the paragraph or the line for which you want to include the citations. Right click, you will get add a citation. You will get the prompt box, add a citation. Go click add a citation, and then you will find out the relevant papers which have mentioned the argument for which we are giving the citation. So we are giving the citation for this line, which is on the sustainability and something. So you will have to click on select the line, click on the site. You will get the relevant papers which have mentioned this argument. Just click on the paper. Just click on the paper. Go back on the canvas. Click back on the canvas. See the citation is included. So I hope it is clear now. Okay. One very important feature that you can find it in Genie AI is, let me show you. So try to see on the screen. On the left hand side, you will get the option of AI chat. AI chat. So it's like chatting that we do on the ChatGPT also, or on the other tools also. So here you can give the prompt to mention how you want your answer to be generated. So for example, you can find out some of the examples also, find research ideas for the topic, or help me outline a paper on topic. Or maybe you can just give some ideas, that is such novel research ideas in this field. Help me finding out, suggest some topics, latest topics in this field. Or you can give the prompt, suggest a title for this research paper. Maybe you have generated some, you have written a paper already, you have written abstract, so you can copy paste the abstract and ask the AI chat to generate some relevant topic for it, relevant title for it. Or maybe you can just ask to improvise the paper. You have already written a research paper, so you can copy paste your research paper and ask this AI tool, AI chat, to improve the paper. Check it grammatic, check its grammar and syntax, and improvise the paper. And whatever specific tools you are going to give, this AI chat will help you. Okay. So far we have seen the tools which are helpful in paper discovery. That means you can select the seminal papers, you can find out the similar papers and all. Then we have seen some of the tools which are going to help you in writing the research papers, such as Genie AI and Paper Digest. There are other tools also which are relevant for you or which are available for you, such as PaperPal, Chat PDF, or say Grammarly, which are obviously the tools which are available to paraphrase your sentences or check your grammars and syntax so that you are writing it in the proper way.
And
Then
can you
there
share once again? Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Can you share once again this library tool which is there? What it is meant for? I just missed it.
this
This
one.
library tool, you said it's the most important one, or the AI chat you were saying?
No, I was showing you the AI chat.
AI chat. Okay. And this library tool is
AI
meant for?
library tool will show you the papers. Maybe you can import papers from other tools such as citation management tools, Zotero and Mendeley. If you have used this citation management tools, Zotero and Mendeley, and you have collected the papers, so you can upload these papers here. You can import those papers here, and then you can use this Genie AI tool to create your literature review based on the papers that you are uploading it here.
Okay.
So here right now the Genie AI is randomly generating answer for you, randomly generating introduction for you on your topic. But when you import the papers from Zotero and Mendeley, so the answer will be generated based on the papers that you have provided. Suppose upload PDFs. If you have uploaded up, you can upload up to say 100 PDFs. So that means you can upload those PDFs, and based on the PDFs you can generate the literature review. So you can select a file from here. Just select a PDF or the research paper, and then you can ask this AI chat to summarize the paper for you, or to write the literature review on the topic based on the 100 papers or how many papers that you have selected. So upload PDF files, obviously, as I was showing. So you can say, suppose if you uploaded 50 papers, 50 PDFs, that is research paper, and based on those research papers, this tool will generate literature review for you. So that
And they're
means you are
showing some pricing option also. So what is there any limit for free usage?
yes. So see, you can look at on the screen also. So there is limited access to the free version, but if you need say higher versions, you can take the premium version. So monthly it is to 48 rupees per month. So you can look at the subscription and all. If you're interested. But first of all, try to use the free version and see if it is really helping you. Then go ahead with the premium version. So I was mentioning about some of the other tools also. Maybe you can search it later on your own, such as PaperPal, Chat PDF, Publish Paris, Kineas. So these are also other tools which are used to write paragraphs for you. Let me quickly show. Is there any question?
Yes,
And then
ma'am.
I will
I
be
have
showing
one
some.
question.
Yes, Sanjeev sir, please continue.
Ma'am, one question. There is so many tools which are available, so it's at times overwhelming. So, what do you suggest are the better ones to use, and those who can be the tools that can be used together?
Okay. So I have shown few tools for paper discovery, few tools for paper writing, and we'll be showing few tools for citation management. Try to pick up maybe two tools. Once you are aware of these tools, that these tools are actually available, now you can explore on your own. Once you are comfortable with one tool and which is actually generating you relevant result, you can stick maybe 1 or 2 tools. You do not need to use entire 10 or 20 tools for your research work, right? So maybe if you are comfortable with Genie AI, so you can use Genie AI for writing research work. While maybe if you are interested, if you are comfortable with connected papers, or maybe any one of the tool with knowledge, say paper discovery, so you can use one of the tool from there also. Genie AI you can use directly also. So suppose if you have downloaded the papers, you have got the papers, so suppose you have downloaded it from Scopus or Google Scholar, and you have the citations in Zotero and Mendeley also, so you can upload it in Genie AI, and by using that tool, you will be able to generate the literature review. So it's like sticking to 1 or 2 tools. No need to use all the 10 or 20 tools.
Paper discovery, which one is, according to you, if you have been using, ma'am, which one is the better tool for paper discovery?
Okay,
A free tool, which is,
free tools, to most of the tools are free tools, I'll say. Maybe there is some limit, and then you will need premium version for it. However, the tools which you can use on a regular basis can be Insightful AI. That is also very helpful in finding out the papers. And also, if you're for writing paper, you can see Genie AI or Paper Digest also. Research Rabbit also. See, let me tell you again, after discussing the 10 tools, let me tell you the very common tools which are being used. So, Elicit, Research Rabbit, and I'll say Research Rabbit, Elicit, and the last tool that we have discussed, Genie AI. These are commonly used. Consensus AI also.
which
Did
one,
I
ma'am, you said? At last you said it's Elicit, Research Rabbit, and Genie AI.
Genie AI. Consensus also. Did I show consensus?
No.
Consensus AI? Okay. So let me show you consensus also.
And you primarily said that 3 areas where we can use these tools: paper discovery, paper writing, citations. And is there any other area you also mentioned?
So the tools can be used for paraphrase, for writing papers, for citations. The purpose you are asking for. Can you repeat the question?
I was saying you mentioned there are certain areas where you can use these tools, and you mentioned paper discovery, paper writing, citations. So is there any other area you mentioned which I may have missed, or these
No,
are the 3?
majorly I'm discussing these tools in these areas. In the later sessions, that will be conducted by the other experts. They will be explaining more AI tools for the different purposes, maybe for data analysis and for other purposes.
Absolutely fine. Thank you.
Let me show you consensus. Consensus AI. Consensus is also very well tool which is widely used by the researchers across the field to find out the evidence based analysis. So they are actually using the academic papers to provide the answers, theories based on the theories and the papers which are already published. Let us search for a question. Let us search for a topic.
कितने चल रहा है 10 कॉपी चलो 1 मिनट की रह गई चल
Okay, so I will just quickly wrap the showing after showing a few more tools. See, orbit governance, when you have searched it on Consensus AI, so it has generated introductory paragraph for you. It has also mentioned what are the key theories and topics in this field. So what are the key theories which are discussed into this field? What are the mechanisms and practices which are adopted in this field? impacts. So that means this will also show you the variables which are used in this field, such as firm performance, corporate social responsibility. What are the challenges and future directions in this field? So they have provided the summary also, and they have provided the citations also. Some of the papers which have been cited in this paper. Some of the papers which have been used to provide this literature review. So you can use Consensus AI. I will be mentioning some other tools also. I will be putting this in the chat box so that you can explore it on your own later after the session. Now let me quickly show one tool for the citation management, which will help you in easily creating the citations for your research work. So one tool can be CiteFast. CiteFast is a citation generator tool which will help you in creating the citation based on the title of the paper. So first thing, either you can put the URL of the paper. So either you can put the URL of the paper or the journal, and then you will be able to find out the citation. So suppose let us find out some paper on the topic which we have been using throughout section. Suppose I want to include citation of a particular paper, development of corporate governance idea. So it is already created here. Everything is mentioned: the article title, year published, journal title, DOI, and then I can have just copy paste the citation. So I can save the citation. So saved is done in this tool, fast website. So I have saved this citation. I can also copy and paste this citation. So I can copy and paste it in my Word document, and also I can export it into the Word document file. So this is one of the easy way of citation, using doing the citations of your paper rather than manually doing the citations. There's one more tool, and this will be the last tool for the day that I will be showing you people. My way I will. This is also citation generator. So here you can copy paste the link, or for the journal, search for the journal article based on the DOI, and then you can find out the citation. So different styles are also available: APA 6, APA 7, Chicago, Harvard, whatever style you are interested in. You can just copy paste in your Word document, and then you can go ahead with your research. So any questions, any doubt before we wind up? And I would request maybe some of you can just type the name of the AI tools that we have discussed so far. Let me just check how many tools you people remember. So we have discussed so many tools. I'm very sure more than 10 tools we have discussed.
Any tool you can suggest for checking the plagiarism after we have been generating so much content from AI? How do we check it?
Turnitin is one of the tool which is used to check AI, which is used to check plagiarism, which is generated by AI.
Okay.
Generally, Turnitin will show you the AI generated content. So if you use to say, suppose one answer is generated by Genie AI, and then you use it, you paraphrase it using any other AI tool, or maybe you can change some paragraphs and write it in your own words, then the chances of plagiarism getting deducted will reduce.
Right.
So use a combination of two. Do not rely on one tool.
Right, ma'am. Thank you. Any other software other than Turnitin, which is a free software for plag check?
Grammarly is also one of the tools which is used to check plagiarism, which is freely available. Grammarly.
Thank you, ma'am. Grammarly. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes, please, ma'am.
If you're paraphrasing using Quillbolt or using Grammarly, will that be counted as plagiarism?
No, generally that is not counted as plagiarism. If you have created content on your own, you have written in your own words, and then you use paraphrasing tools just to enhance your writing, so that is not a plagiarism.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, I just want to ask one question. The thing is that when you are saying that we are going to log into all the AI tools, what you are actually mentioning, is there any kind of security breach which we may face in the near future? Thank you.
Security breach if you are logging into any AI tool.
Yeah.
It's about data privacy issues. I'm not sure whether AI tools are going to misuse your data in future, but obviously there are data privacy concerns everywhere.
Because recently the CEO of the ChatGPT has already mentioned that whatever interactions we are going to do with the ChatGPT chat boxes, there are many chances that we are going to face security problems as far as the data breach is concerned. Thank you.
So generally it is mentioned on the tools that the data privacy is maintained by the company and they are not going to share it with somebody else. However, you should try avoiding sharing your confidential information with the AI tools.
And confidential information means your data which you have collected or something else?
Confidential information as in maybe your account number or maybe any other thing which can be misused.
Okay.
For research work anyway we all are using, we can use AI tools. Just try to use it for enhancing your work or to speed up your work, but do not rely heavily or do not rely completely on the AI. Let's just check if we missed. Yes, so any questions? Any questions in the chat box?
This was a wonderful session, ma'am. Lot of information came. For most of us, it may have been for the first time. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much for the appreciation. Any other question, or maybe we can wind up and maybe the organizing team can get me to go over.
Any questions? Or else I will wind up.
Sure, since there are no questions, so maybe we
No
can
questions, yeah. Thank you, Anjali ma'am, for your engaging and insightful session on AI tools. Thank you very much. It's very informative for us and for the participant too. And dear participant, we look forward for tomorrow session at 1 p.m. by Dr. Dhaval Mehta. And one more announcement for you. Shortly, we will be sharing a feedback form. So you need to fill the feedback form. Every participant need to fill the feedback form. Shortly, we are sharing it. Thank you once again, Anjali ma'am.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of this seminar, FDP. Thank you so much, and thank you to the participants also for listening so patiently and having meaningful questions. See you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Close.